Cool.
Okay.
Karma Moon, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
How's your new year going?
So far, so good. So far, so good.
Good. So, uh, where are you from originally?
Um, I was born in Alabama. I grew up in a town called Cochran, Georgia, and I live in Dublin now. But I grew up in Cochran,
Okay.
so it's like right in the middle of Georgia.
Right. Um, and then you were a teacher before.
Yeah, I taught for 21 years, and I got a master's in language arts. Though you can't tell it sometimes.
Right.
Use a
Um,
lot of slang and stuff.
that's okay. Um, and then you went to stand up one night and then you got into stand up or something, right? Or no?
Yeah. Well, kind of like that, but I had I couldn't teach anymore. They made us. They said we had to stand up all day long, and physically, I wasn't able to do it anymore. I was in a wreck when I was 12, and had a lot of injuries to my left leg, a lot. And the older you get, the injuries start showing up more and more. And
Right.
I literally, I couldn't stand up, and I told my
What?
principal that, and he said I should be well by now. And I
Right.
said, well, let me go talk to the doctor. And the doctor said, why
Why?
are you? Yeah.
Why do you have to sit down, or why can't you sit down? Why isn't there a desk usually and a chair, and you go and
There's a desk, and I was among my students. I was always walking amongst them, unless I had a cold or something. But my desk was full of book bags and all that kind of stuff. The kids would put their stuff on my desk, behind my desk, to get it out of the way so I could walk around and wouldn't trip, because I trip easily. And so when I did sit down, it was amongst the students, like in an empty desk, or I got my rolling chair and rolled up beside one of them, or something. I
right,
was always with the students. But he decided that nobody could sit down anymore. So I got out of it because of my health issues physically.
right,
And I went to all right, here we go. I had what you might call a nervous breakdown. I snapped.
yeah,
Literally snapped. People say, "Oh, I don't believe that." Believe it. You can snap. I snapped. Ended up in the mental hospital. And I was sitting there, and I was just, this is after the teaching and all was out of, I couldn't teach anymore. And I was sitting there, and I was thinking, I've got to do something to bring some fun back into my life. This is crazy. So when I got out of there, I decided to take a comedy class in Atlanta, which is about 2 hours away from where I live. And that'll get me out of the house and out of the bed at least one day a week for a
right,
little while. And so I went, and I've never thought about doing comedy before. I was 47 at the time, and I loved it. And I've just been doing it ever since.
that's
And it
great,
is, yeah, it's literally my therapist and my psychiatrist tell me, I got two of them to keep me straight.
right,
They literally tell me, you need to, if I ever slack off or quit, they're like, you need to go back. You need to get back out there and get on stage. They said it's therapy for you. And you get to socialize and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm 59 now, so it's hard for people my age to find somewhere to socialize besides church.
oh
And I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah,
I don't, I don't like to go to church. That's terrible. I know, but I
right.
don't. I watch
No,
it on
no,
TV.
that's good.
Yeah,
I mean, no, whatever works for you, but
yeah,
yeah, that's I don't know, it's we live in a weird world, so
yeah.
you
We
don't
do.
always end up doing what you plan on doing, or you change or something, and
Mm,
sometimes you gotta, you know, what is it? You gotta fall, or you gotta have a moment and then realize, what you really want to do, and
yeah, yeah. I mean, I've never thought about comedy. even when we would like give out teacher or awards to the students at the end of the year for highest math award or whatever, I would be like begging my teachers, here, I'll give you $20 if you'll just read mine out for me, because I had that much anxiety about standing in front of people.
Oh, so it helped just with public speaking, probably. And
Yeah. But now I've never had a nervous moment. Maybe one time I was a little bit nervous, and I was doing a hosting situation,
right,
and I don't think I'm doing too good. I didn't really know what to do. That made me a little bit nervous, but I don't get nervous up there. I don't.
that's good.
Yeah.
It's hard too. Um,
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what it is. It's harder for me to speak in public. Um, I don't know. It's a hard thing. I'd have to get back into it. You know, do it. You had to. You got to do it on a regular basis too, or you get used to that feeling. But it's hard, and I think it's a gift to be able to just even speak. You know, in front of people, and I think it's takes a lot. So
Yeah.
comedy's like
It
great.
yeah, I enjoyed it, and surprisingly a lot of the comics have we all have like bipolar, PTSD. We've had
Right.
something bad, some kind of trauma in our life. And it doesn't necessarily mean your mom and daddy beat you to death every day. It's just you can just have like trauma, like childhood
Sure.
trauma, like divorce or something. A lot of them have traumatic childhoods, and they get up there and they just make people laugh, and it does something to you. It's almost like a drug when you get people laughing at you,
Yeah.
and they and or laughing with you or whatever you call it.
Right.
That's it's I don't know. It makes you almost like a high.
Hmm.
So
I get that. I get that.
yeah, I love it. I do. And I don't drink, I don't do drugs or smoke pot or anything before I get up there. I just go cold
Wow.
turkey. Yeah. And I've had people, how do you do it? How do you get it? I said, just get up there and do it. I want to be in control of my faculties. I don't want to lose
Yeah.
control. Last
Right.
time I lost control, I ended up in a mental institution.
Right.
I don't want that to
Yeah.
happen anymore, but I really
Yeah.
do want to be in control of myself. I don't want anything, um, bothering that. But I want to be in
Yeah.
control. If
That's
a bomb, I'm in control of that bombing.
right. Jim Carrey. I heard Jim Carrey say that too. He was talking about something about weed and his dad, and he I don't know something along it. He ended up saying like he never ended up smoking or getting high before he went on stage because he wanted to make sure it was 100% him and all that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I want to do. I might be funnier if I had a drink or two, but I don't want to do that. You
Right.
know. And I understand when people are like they have to have a drink or two before they go up there, but if you get shit faced, you are risking your reputation and career and,
Right.
all that.
And then when you start out, you kind of set the tone to how you want to do it too. So if you start
Yeah.
out doing it all fucked up, then it's like you got to be that way. Or if you start out sober, then you kind of
Hmm.
set the tone for that, and then you can go further. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And I've seen comics that have, like you said, they set the tone that, hey, I'm a drunk, and they
right.
have to. People are expecting them to be that way. Of course, nobody expects anything out of me. I'm not a known comic, but when they do know me,
Hmm.
I'm not a drunk.
Right. I think. Well, it doesn't. You don't have to be famous to have that. I mean, it's. But you set the tone already, though. So
Yeah.
you're Karma Moon, and so people take you as you are. You know, you don't have a sway to like Bill Murray would always come off like he was high or something because he always had that whatever sarcastic
Hmm.
tone and
Yeah. Yeah.
like he's just too loose and too cool and
Yeah.
um like Sam Kinison always he was always doing cocaine, so he always acted erratic, and so you just like you
Yeah.
said, you set it up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't want to be, sometimes I worry that I'm not pumping people up enough, when I go
Hmm.
out, like I'm opening for somebody or whatever. But that's just not me. I just can't go out there turning cartwheels like
Right,
Chris Farley did on David Letterman, and just
right.
that's it's not me. So I've decided to just go out there as me,
Hmm.
and that's it. And if they like me, that's fantastic. And if they don't like me, I'll try better next time.
Right. Did you ever see the episode? Did you ever watch Mork and Mindy?
Yes,
Did you,
when I was younger, I loved it.
did you see the episode where they had Robin Williams and then they had another? He was playing himself, and they went to go see him.
I don't remember that. It was
It
so
was
long ago
wild.
that I've seen it.
It was actually dramatic because he goes, yeah, basically he admits that he's got to be like high. And this is like
Uh,
in like the late, this is like 79, I think, 78. And
yeah,
he's
yeah,
admitting because he'd been doing that much drugs that he's got to keep up by being high. And luckily
yeah.
he was great where he could be sober and keep his
I
rhythm.
think he
But
I think he was kind of hyperactive anyway. He's probably
yeah,
one of those kids that I would keep in detention a lot.
right,
But he
right,
was, he was. But I've heard a lot of comics talking about being on cocaine and they got to do that
right.
to stay up and all. And
Hmm.
I'd rather not get into all that.
Right.
I do have to take medication for my bipolar, but that's different. It doesn't make you feel anyway. It's just
Yeah.
you know keeps me sane.
Yeah. No, yeah, of course. And it doesn't always affect you like that. It's not that dramatic. I used to think that before I started taking meds, and I was scared, like, oh, it's gonna take away me and my essence,
Uh
your
huh.
personality, but it doesn't. It just helps you not want to die, so
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
be dramatic.
That's
Or so
yeah.
cool.
It,
It's funny you mentioned the psych ward. I've been there several times, different occasions. So I get
me
it
too.
100%.
Me too.
So
And I'm not going to bring up any names or anything, but I was
sure,
literally driven crazy by my situation, my personal situation, home life, and the school situation. And it's just like everything just fell apart. And when it
sure,
fell apart, I fell apart.
right,
And I feel like as much as I've been through, if I can hold it together for 47 years, which was how old I was whenever, everything
wow,
just fell apart, I'm
right.
like, if I can go that long without flipping out, I'm doing pretty good. So,
You found a way to deal,
yeah, yeah.
right,
And I still get real tired and I mean sometimes I just want to stay in the bed. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything,
right,
you know. But this comedy helps me get up, get out, and it does me a lot of good to see people laugh. I like to make people
right.
laugh.
It does. I get that too. And, for me, I'll be in a mood, and it's pretty dark. It's you get in that mood. I don't care. Everything sucks and can't do anything. But then for some reason you can find a crack in it, and because you made somebody laugh or you had some
Mm-hmm.
kind of great interaction, and it helps a lot. Like it does make
Yeah,
a big difference.
yeah, it does. I try to look at it like I'm helping other people forget their problems,
Right.
and maybe I can help someone with their problems by um sharing my problems because what
Exactly.
I might exaggerate things, but most of my stuff is like it really happened.
Yeah.
I add some stuff in there, but make it funny. But But it's like it's my life. A lot. I can't tell you how many times I've said after the show, "Oh, that was so funny. That's so funny. I love that bit." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's true. It happened. And they're like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, yeah. I'm not making up stuff. It happened." People try to give you jokes. Well, use this
Right.
joke. Funny. Use that. Well, I can't because I can't remember. If it didn't happen to me,
Right.
I can't remember it. My memory's not that great
Sure.
anyway. But it has to come from me. I can't I can't express myself through somebody else's life. I
You,
can't do it.
well, you can't relate, and you, you're not being authentic. I guess like
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sincere.
yeah. I've got enough crap that's happened to me. You know, I could tell stories till I was 100, and my
Right.
most of my jokes are in story form. You know,
Nice.
I'm not good getting up there doing one-liners. I'm not. That's not my. I would like Mitch Hedberg. Oh, I love him, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do what he does. I'm like, I don't know. I would not be able to keep up with my jokes.
Right.
I mean, he just, one after the other, just, high too. He was high
Yeah.
up there and just one after the other. But I have to do mine in story form, just throw my jokes in there.
Whatever works. Whatever
Yeah,
it is, what it is, or it is your style. It is your story. So
yeah, yeah.
whatever works. But well, sweet karma. I appreciate talking to you today, and I appreciate you coming
Okay.
on.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me on. I always enjoy talking to you.
All right. You have a good
Okay.
night.
You too. Thank you so much.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.